it's pretty hard today not to see something in the media about green, green consumer products, technology, buildings, and I read a recent statistic that said that over 50% of Americans actually have a genuine concern about the environment, about sustainability, about doing something. Now, the interesting part was that most of them don't actually know what to do or how they can help. They like to help, but don't know how. And a lot of what you see out there is related to consumer products. You see the cars out there, the Prius, things along that line. An area that has gotten less attention, at least what we've seen in this area, is what businesses can be doing. Us at LimeLeaf have started to convert all the services that we offer. LimeLeaf is an IT services company, and we took the stand of taking everything we do, managing networks, computers, software, things like that, and reducing the impact it has on the environment. And really, as we went through this process, we started to figure out, to see that there was very little out there that helps, that very little information, or more so conflicting information. I mean, if you're not in the LEED certified building, is that bad? Is that good? What can you be doing in your current environment? What about computers? Things along the whole range. So what we started to do in talking with others is form this roundtable where anybody in the business community with interest would come, get together, and basically exchange ideas and learn about what we can be doing as a business community to reduce the impact that we have on the environment. Now, for this initial roundtable, we've been very fortunate to have a congressman to come here and speak about what the government is doing, what steps they are taking or are coming forward to. Because one of the things that I found interesting is that a lot of what we see today is not being centrally directed, but it's more of a grassroots movement. It's really individuals coming forward, companies coming forward, but at some point there has to be more coordination as to what is, how this takes effect, what the government is doing. I'd like to introduce our speaker. He is a member of the United States House of Representatives, serving the 6th term, I believe. He's from the 10th District of Ohio, which covers western Cleveland and areas west and south from there. Not only a member of Congress, but ran as a candidate for the Democratic nomination for the President of the United States 2004 and then 2008. And it was interesting, we recently received, it was a recipient of the Gandhi Peace Award. And I think that comes to represent part of something I've always admired about our speaker, is that he stands up for what he truly believes in, regardless of whether it's right or not. And previously as mayor of the city of Cleveland, had taken very difficult positions with regard to local politics and what was happening at that time with the privatization of the electric company. And despite the unpopular positions he was taking at the time, later on, several years later, I believe in 15, 20 years, the Cleveland City Council honored him for having the courage and foresight to take the positions he took at that time, however unpopular that saved the city close to $200 million because of that position, not just getting in at that point. Our speaker now is currently the chairman of the Domestic Policy Subcommittee, which covers domestic policies regarding energy, education, things along that line. The important part is energy. A firm believer in the environment, protecting the environment, and having it there for the future, for our children, for future generations. A very strong supporter of the U.S. participating in global treaties, economic, like Kyoto, reducing our oil dependence, spurring investment in alternative energy sources, solar, wind, ocean. And we thought, and we're very honored to have him here today, to help discuss that and tell us what the government, the federal government, is planning and doing, and what he himself is doing in his position to help us all, or help small businesses reduce our impact. So, Congressman Kucinich, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marco and Matt, and to all of you who came for this discussion. My life is run by this little machine, which when it goes off, it means I have to run for a vote. So hopefully nothing will in any way interrupt this session. Small and medium businesses, I think, are looking at a very broad horizon with respect to having an opportunity to impact the environment in a positive way with respect to their own business practices, but then beyond that, being able to look at issues of sustainability as market opportunities. Tomorrow's markets are going to be the companies that are able to move fastest, to be able to adapt and adopt new strategies. Big companies have trouble doing it. It's like a big ocean line. It takes a long time to turn. But a small and medium business in today's environment, where there's a real quest for being able to find solutions, those kind of businesses have tremendous opportunities. I'd like to begin our discussion with some fundamental concepts. The first concept is that of design. There's a German proverb about God being the design. And the design of a business that becomes, at its inception, environmentally conscious in the kind of office setting being used, materials that are used in the office, the modes of transportation that people use to get there, the kind of lighting used, private drive. I mean, all those things will communicate to interested constituencies and the potential buyers what your environmental consciousness is. You know, it's one thing to, let's say, promote environmental products, but another thing is driving around an SUV. And there has to be consistency and integrity. Those businesses that can achieve that through their planning are businesses, I think, that will have the kind of authenticity that will attract the attention of the public. So design is with respect to the structure of the business itself. Design is with respect to the actual architecture that we live and work in. There are a lot of business districts in older cities that present enormous opportunities for renovation and change with respect to the kinds of not just facilities, but the kinds of lighting that can be used, the kinds of energies that can be incorporated into designs, either remodeled or new structures. The future is going to belong to businesses that can actually look like it is what they profess.